Any chance you guys could put together a drum pack with old drum machines, SP1200, Roland's, etc.?
I have half of that done already.
Hey, there you go.
That's pretty fun.
Hey,
I was trying to think of a name for that joint.
How did you connect with Timbaland?
A short answer is persistence. I was in Baltimore. Things weren't going great. Somebody suggested I move to Atlanta. I came down here, did a whole lot of grinding, hooked up with Polow. Polow went to LA, and I met Timbaland in the same studio with Polow in LA. Yeah, if you really want to find out, watch any of my interviews on anything. I tell that story on all my interviews. So Machine Masters, Beats Grinding Life, any of them.
Just music and lyrics. So we also made them grab Ableton Suite. Just finished installing last night. Hey, shout out to you, man.
Hey, hit Ableton and tell them that,
please.
I was just on the phone with somebody from Ableton last night, and I was telling them about how you guys really gravitating towards it, and a lot of you guys are actually going out and grabbing it. They're super excited about it, but more importantly, we are excited about it. So enjoy that Ableton life. Enjoy that smooth workflow.
What is distinctive about Sound Oracle / Triz La production? It's a good question.
That's a great question. You want to start that?
I feel like
hold on. They got to see, man. They got to see this. You live, baby.
We live, baby. I feel like the main thing. Well, I think the reason why me and Oracle get along is because we both have a thing about sounding different. And I feel like we both, we got that Virginia kind of sounds, very marching bandish kind of, double snare kind of percussion thing. We like weird in between percussions, and I feel like our one is different. Like me and him will play stuff, and he hears the one different than what I hear. I'll hear the art, like say it's an art, I hear it here, starting here. He'll hear it over here, which makes very dope beats. You know what I mean? Because he'll play something like this, and I hear it a different part, and we'll make something, and it comes out crazy.
I'm like, man, you start doing the 3, but that sounds dope.
Yeah,
yeah,
and it works.
Hey. That sounds super dope.
So that's the formula.
Yep.
That VA sound with a bunch of weirdness.
There you go.
And what about you?
As far as me, I have to piggyback on the VA thing. It's something about Virginia producers that just sound different. With me, I like to use different things, like different types of music, and tie it into our culture. I like to make things that are weird, and maybe without the drums or something, like it's not even the same type of music, but it's just all about being different and being dope. Hence the tagline, be different, be dope. But it's really all about being different and just making sure your shit is like A1 every time.
There we go.
Yep.
What up, people? Okay. Quick question. What dog do you guys prefer and why? No, I'm playing. Anyway, the beat. Get out of here, dog.
Got me.
Reason.
I was about to be like, somebody in the chat, please.
I like Reason because it looks like somebody kicked it in the face. It's like those puppies that are kind of ugly, but you feel bad for them. You're like, oh, that's a cute puppy. It's kind of that.
Propellerhead is staging a protest outside right now.
Hey, that's cool.
Right now.
Unless they got a check and they're saying, hey, we want you to promote our product.
There you go.
Nah, I still wouldn't do it.
You really don't like Reason, huh?
I still wouldn't do it. I'm cool. Where's the coolest place you've sampled drums?
In the woods. Yep, in the woods is the coolest place and one of my preferred places to get dope drums. Matter of fact, I just did a song for Mac Wilds called Explore, written by Cameron Wallace. But the drums I used on there are drums that I recorded with a field recorder in the woods at night. And you can clearly hear that these were recorded with a field recorder in the woods at night. It's mad like crickets and
atmosphere.
All that. Yeah.
I don't know if you know, on Vice, Mac Wilds was on there talking about his project.
Really?
Yeah, on Jesus and Mero last night.
I did not.
I meant to send it to you.
Oh, that's super dope.
I think I fell asleep though.
Yeah, that's super dope. The song is doing doing well. And the project, which just came out, is doing pretty well too. So I gotta check out some of his shows.
Ableton gang. All right. I see y'all.
That's right. She's in the game. I mean, she's in the game.
Yeah. Chef Boyardee Beats. That's clever. I like that.
Awesome.
What's your biggest hit to date?
Who you talking to?
Well, what's yours, Oracle?
Sound design or production? Let us know. Sound design wise, probably, I don't know. That's tough. And production wise, it's tough too. I gotta come back to you on that one. I have no idea.
I say mine was the Bieber record with Sean Kingston.
Yeah.
It wasn't the biggest record. It was like a, but it was a good record for me.
Yeah. Oh, my biggest record to date was not in the States, but worldwide. It was that Christina Aguilera record I did. I Hate Boys, because it became a single in like 12 countries. Just none of those countries were the U.S.
Right.
But it was, but yeah, it was certified like gold and I think platinum somewhere else. But you do know, in case people that don't know, in certain countries, what constitutes gold and platinum records is a different number than here. Of course, we know 500,000 as gold, 1 million as platinum. But if you go to certain other countries, 20,000 is gold, X amount is platinum.
Right.
It may be less, it may be more. So.
Do you guys have experience with licensing music for TV and film?
Yes. Yes, I do.
Same here.
I'm gonna keep answering though, real quick, because I don't think that was it. That's not what he wanted. Was a yes or no. Yeah, and if you want to get into it, find smaller licensing agencies. They have a grip on the market, but they know what's going on, and you can talk to the person that actually runs it and get a little bit more attention.
And shout out to, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, Space? Was it
Spacehead Life?
Yes, who always be in the chat. I believe he just got his first placement.
Yeah, the TV joint.
Yeah.
Wait, was that Space or Spence?
I feel like it's, I don't know. I feel like it's Space. Hold on, I'm about to tell you.
Yeah. Either way, we'll tell you in a minute, but somebody used the sounds and used a little bit of knowledge that they gained on this show, and they got their first placement, and it was a movie, I believe. A movie,
I believe so.
Yeah, and a film.
And of course, it would not be in my DMs.
Of course not.
Oh, you know what? I think he added us.
Yeah, it's actually on.
I feel like it's Space. I really feel like it's Space. But if it's not and it's Spence, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Either way, shout out to you for getting your first film placement. May this be the first of many. Now you kind of got the game. I see you got the system worked out because you got the placement. So now it's just about being consistent and just keep knocking them out until you're known for being the guy that does that.
Any advice on doing live sets? Sending love from Ethiopia.
Oh man, that's all you, brother.
Wow, let's knock out two things. Let me pull up. Charge this up real quick. Boom.
Yeah, Triz is 2 phone shouted, by the way. He manipulating 2 phones
I'm
right
trying
now.
to do a new thing where I get content for the UnQuantized Instagram while we do the podcast. You know what I mean? So if you're not following us on UnQuantized Podcast, make sure you do that.
Yeah, that is super dope. The fact that we're doing the podcast and you capturing, this video for the IG story, which is super awesome.
So doing your live sets, what I would say, man, is be prepared, man. Make sure you go through and you really analyze your songs. Know where your mix out. I DJ like turntable, vinyl. I can do all that. So I know where I'm gonna mix out on songs. I know where I'm mixing in. And it's not set, but I kind of just prepare a list of songs that I would play, and just different, aspects. Because a lot of times you prepare for one thing, people like something else. So you got to be flexible. So I give myself those options and make sure that everything's EQ'd, everything's loud enough, everything's queued up, and you good.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I see it and it looks seamless, like every time. Every time it looks super seamless.
Just like how when you be making beats and seem seamless, that prep work.
It's all about the prep.
It's the prep work.
It's all about the prep, man. The more you do beforehand, the better the show is. Always. Let me turn this off.
Oh yeah, Miss Oracle about to come.
It's a silhouette. You got a silhouette.
This CJ Williams, when marketing, do you use specific forms and web pages to advertise beats, or do you use more word of mouth strategy? Which would you say is the best to start to gain a following?
The answer to the first part is yes. There are certain places or certain methods that I might use or that Triz might use, But instead of saying what those places are, because that's not really going to help you with your answer, the second part of your question is really what's going to help you. When you're just starting out, learn all the different communities, learn all the different pages and places that you can market. And once you do that, try your hand at several different ones. You'll find that you'll have more luck with some than others. And it's based on the crowd. It's based on your music. So if you're just starting out, try a little bit of everything. Do some research. See what the experts are saying. And then do your own independent research and see what you can come up with.
And I will say, man, you are on the biggest platform right now to meet a bunch of people to advertise your beats.
That is true.
Instagram.
Yes.
Again, it just goes back to adding value, man. Don't spam people. Make yourself be seen, and you good.
Yeah. Develop a reputation. A reputation for being dependable and a reputation for having good quality. And the platform will assist you more, you know?
Explore with Mac Wild is crazy.
Thank you.
Placement alert. Shout out to Young
Appreciate it.
Oracle. You know what I mean, on the placement.
Young field recording with the Zoom H2 field recording mic. You can hear them drums super outside.
Shout out to you for making a drum loop and making your drums, getting the placement with it, with crickets in the background. I think that might be a first.
And it came out on the same day that I released an article about how to use a field recorder and to get your shit sounding great.
Serendipity.
That was coincidence. Yeah.
Serendipity.
There you go. Or as my man Triz La says, Inception.
Holiday season.
Yeah.
You guys hustle hard, deliver that value. Hey, appreciate it. Hey, I like this. That's a compliment right there.
That's a real compliment.
Hey, I appreciate that.
For sure. Right, I had a DM story too, real quick. So without getting too far behind the questions, this week somebody DM'd me and it was like, "Yo, send me some beats, bro." That was it. He didn't put a punctuation in it. It wasn't no period, no nothing. No. And usually I just get rid of those. I just leave them. But he called me at a special time of morning. I had just finished talking about this, so I actually responded to him, and I went in. I really did go in on him. But my main thing was I'm like, your approach is terrible. Same thing you always talk about here. Your approach was terrible. You didn't tell me who you were. You didn't tell me what you do. You didn't ask me if I need anything, if I'm looking for beats. Nothing. I was like, you need a better approach. His response, fucking approach. You don't need no approach. Man, so anyway, after I blocked the battle, I was like, I need to talk about this on the show. Your approach is everything. That person more than likely won't make it in this field because music is about talent, but more importantly, music, like most things, is about relationships.
Very much so.
He didn't even know who I was. He saw a beat video somewhere, and he was like, "Why should I be cool to you? Don't nobody know who you are. You never did anything for anybody. Just all types of stuff that I'm like, you clearly don't even know anything about me. So do your research, guys, and remember, relationships are everything. And also remember, you never know who you're talking to.
Very true. Yeah, man. And if y'all get an opportunity to do something, man, make sure you make the best out of it because it ain't a lot of opportunities going around. You know what I mean? It is, but you got to make them. So if somebody gives you an opportunity, make sure you do the most to make it the best opportunity as possible.
Right. And realize when somebody's presenting you a check and when somebody's presenting you an opportunity, you have to turn an opportunity into a check. That is a fact. When somebody says you have an opportunity to do X, Y, and Z, and that's a stand-up person, don't be like immediately going for the check because they don't know if you're worth paying or not. Take the opportunity. That's what I did with Tim. That's what I did with Polow. And to this day, they commend me on it because I took the opportunity and turned it into something for myself. I wasn't like, yo, put me on, do this, do that. You got to show and prove. That's what this whole game is about. It's about relationships and showing and proving.
Carson Hoy, do you find the most interesting sounds in everyday objects, or do you search for them?
Everyday objects, by far.
Yeah. This is the man I've seen make a beat out of a damn quarter and sampling a YouTube video. And it was the hardest beat I ever heard. I'm like, yo, how do you do this?
It wasn't even like a hip-hop video.
No, it was on some wild, like,
drama.
Yeah, dramatic out of a quarter, bro.
Yeah,
that just hurt my feelings. I went home mad for a couple days. Like, I just seen him make a beat. I got all these contact joints, and he made a beat out of a quarter, and it just hard to mud.
That beat cost 25 cents.
Man. So, yeah, man. He's the master at that. Young Rabbit Roddy, man. Shout out to Rabbit Roddy, man.
Rabbit Roddy, the hardest working guy on the internet.
He always going in, showing hella love.
Yeah.
He says, I checked out the Ableton website for more info. Ableton Live, I haven't loaded it yet, but will soon. Seeing that Beat Tools, and congrats, Sound Oracle, on that Mary J joint.
Wow, how? I don't even know how you know.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go past that. That's for another time.
Yeah, but that's why I read it. I'm like, did you announce that?
No, I didn't.
No, okay.
I didn't. We'll talk about that later.
Hey, we'll talk about that maybe next couple.
Yeah, next couple. Exactly. But appreciate it.
CJ Scissorhands, Trizza, do you mix and key when DJing? Yes and no. For me, the mood is more important than the key. Because most people don't know the difference. You know what I mean? Most people don't hear it like, oh, he mixed in key. That sounds good. They worried about what the next song is.
True.
So if I can do it, I will. You know what I mean? If the mood, but I always go about the crowd before the key.
Sign of a great DJ.
If any of you guys DJs, the best lesson I can tell you in DJing is DJ for women.
Yes.
That's it. Play for women.
What about kids? Is it the same for kids or women are like the audience?
Yeah, because I do mostly club stuff.
Oh yeah,
and like
no
events.
kids in the club.
So if the girls are dancing, the guys are automatically gonna have a good time.
That's true.
So yeah, I always DJ for women.
That's why ladies' night and ladies free before 11
always
never
works.
go away.
Popping.
Yes. Ladies free all night.
When using stutters in Ableton, are you routing the effect only through the master effect?
No. Depends on the effect. Some of them are routed to certain things. It may be one or two that I might put on the master, but they're routed all over the place.
Any plans on dropping a preset pack for Omnisphere?
No, but now that you mention it,
That could be.
well,
right there. Go to the board.
Go to the board.
First, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Nah, you good. You good.
I want to shout out young IDK Jr. Music, man. One, he always comes through asking 5 questions. I done put him to work, man. We coming up with some dope shit. And he got the young subculture and made some heat with it, man. He tagged me on young Instagram, man. So shout out to IDK Jr. Music, man.
Yeah, I've been checking out his beats, man. He nice. He nice.
Big Lows, shout out to Oracle. I saw your post about the achievement jar. I made my own.
Dope. Yo, keep putting stuff in it. I will say for the last week, I haven't put stuff in it because it's a good thing. It's because I ran out of sticky notes. Putting so many accomplishments in it, I ran out, and I got to get some more tomorrow.
Good problem to have.
Yeah.
How many times do you send Timbo sounds? Once a month, twice a year, etc.?
Just whenever. You know, we talk. Sometimes it's big batches. Sometimes it's, hey man, hey, you need this. You know, it's not like a scheduled thing.
Where can I get some good contact sounds that show in the library?
You got to go to the companies that do that. And I'm going to I'll go on this tangent for a hot second. The difference between contact libraries, some of them, you know, you have to go to your files and drag them in one by one. And some of them actually have libraries on the side. That doesn't mean that those are better libraries. What that means is those people pay Native Instruments a fee to get their stuff to show up on the side. So just because somebody's library shows up on the side with a cool graphic doesn't mean it's a better library than some of the ones that don't. That just means that they paid the fee.
True that.
Yeah.
Skinny Atlas, Triz, while DJing, do you start and end with certain tempos? No, man. I just kind of wing it. I just kind of...
That's a true mark of a professional, though.
Yeah, I just kind of... A song I like, and I just kind of work from there. It's not like a definite start here and go to there.
Dope.
I just kind of... Whatever. What is your guys' favorite piano library?
I'm going with the classic Alicia's Keys. Some people don't like it. They say it sounds a little too dark.
I don't really care for it.
You don't? Yeah, I go with the classic. And the funniest part is not only do I go for that library, I go for the basic one with like no effects, no nothing on it.
That's the one if I gotta use it, that's the one I use. Yeah. I like it's a plugin called True Pianos.
Oh yeah, I love True Pianos.
True Pianos is my shit.
Before I switched over to being on the Alicia's Keys bandwagon, and the reason why I switched over is because I abused True Pianos first. Yeah.
What do you guys feel is the next level for you? That's a good question.
That's a great question.
That's a very good question.
To me, bigger versions of the same thing. For instance, like this podcast being something that we could travel around and maybe do live on a bigger stage. Instead of being a sound designer and making sounds, having a huge sound design company that employs tons of sound designers. Making musical instruments. I started working on the trigger finger. You know, everything. Just building. All these things are stepping stones to bigger versions of what you see here.
Pretty much. I want to make, you know what I'm saying, some ill-ass plugins, you know what I'm saying, with Young Oracle.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
I'm trying to travel and DJ. Maybe a label thing. I kind of see myself being more in that kind of situation.
I think you'd be good at that, actually. Yeah.
I want to do some different kind of shit, though. I want to just put out, like, pop acts and shit.
That's what I think you'd be good at.
Yeah, I don't want to.
Because it would be, like, young, shorty, whatever. Like, nah, it'll be something totally crazy. Like, I can see you being, like, a new type of Pharrell type of thing.
Make products and just make
Yeah,
artists. That's
like
exactly,
fashion and all that. Yeah,
exactly. That is where I'm going for. Good question. That's Skywalk on the track. That was a really good question. Spacehead Life. Yesterday I received confirmation and a check from Cartoon Network. Shout out to young Spacehead.
Yeah. Oh no.
Pairs.
Yeah. Paris.
Hey, everybody congratulate young Spacehead, man. He got that check. He's taking actionable steps, man. He making it happen. And got on Cartoon Network, man.
That's super dope, man.
Hey, shout out to you.
And we right by Cartoon Network office too.
Man, right around the corner.
Yep.
Oh, session view or arrangement view?
Wow.
Now here's the difference. It's a few times you hear me and Oracle have fundamental differences.
Yes.
Here's one of them.
Would you like to start, sir?
I am arrangement view shawty because to me it reminds me of Logic, and I use Logic for many years. So arrangement view is the most comfortable for me. So I use that for I start and finish a beat on arrangement view. But Oracle is the complete opposite.
I am young session view homie. I make 1, 2, a million ideas in one arrangement view. I mean one session view, and then I'll also. I used to record it to arrangement view and then, sequence it and map it out. But I'll actually sequence it in session view now and record that performance to arrangement view, and that becomes my arrangement. And then I might tweak it a little bit in arrangement view from there. But for the most part, I am 95% session view.
What are good ideas for adding value for someone just starting out? How about community-based stuff, free shows, or charity events? Or is it simple as doing Facebook or Instagram live stuff like commentary?
Honestly, it depends on the market that you're trying to benefit. The easiest way to figure that out would be just to ask the market, how can I serve you better? If you notice, I send out surveys about what do you guys want to see, what can be improved. Because that's the thing. Your intentions may be great and you just want to go out there and start doing stuff. But if you really want to serve the people to the best of your ability, just do research to find out what the community actually needs and then concentrate your efforts there.
Dope. Yeah, Space. That's what I was asking for. Because I know you had added us in the young.
Yeah.
We always want to share good news, man. For everybody, if you're working, man, you getting these placements and stuff, man, we want to share it.
That's super dope. Actually, they got that placement with Cartoon Network. Super dope.
Jig Nice says 4-hour work week just came in. Thanks for the recommendation, brother, through the Beats and Grind Life podcast.
So, dope. Yeah, I think they might have asked a book suggestion on it. Yeah.
And if y'all haven't, go to the UnQuantized podcast. We did a post about top 5 books, and they're all about business, marketing.
Yes.
Dope books. We've read them all.
Yep.
Stuff that we really fuck with.
Yeah. And a lot of them were user contributed as well. Yep.
There you go. Books. Making Music 74 Creative Strategies. And now, okay, Fastbrook, are you on my mailing list? Because, okay, I just sent out an email blast, right? And I was working crazy trying to make sure I got it out today.
Yeah, you was.
New thing I've started. Each week, I pick 5 topics, things that I found online that are dope. This, related to music production. And this book, Making Music 74 Creative Strategies, is something I just bought this week. And I tested out, and I thought it was dope. So have you ever checked it out?
No, I have not.
So basically what the book is say you're having trouble writing melodies. Mm-hmm. It gives you suggestions of things to do to create more melodies.
That's
if
dope.
you're stuck in mixing, it gives you creative suggestions about mixing.
That's super dope.
Yeah, dope book. So if y'all not, go to the producer kit, sign up for the mailing list. I send this out every week on Fridays.
Hey, it's in my inbox. That's for sure. It's in my inbox.
And check out that book, man. Send out some dope shit, man.
Dope.
If you didn't have a computer and was forced to use analog sequencers, do you think you would be as creative?
Yeah, I was before computers. I was using analog sequencers. Not for long, but yeah.
There are people who use apps to make beats if they don't have a laptop. Very true.
Yeah, and I'll talk about something like that in a minute. My thing too though is before computers came along, I was an MPC person. My beats have always sounded the same, no matter if I was using a computer or if I was using hardware. Like, all my stuff always sounded the same. So it really doesn't matter. But I would go with the MPC. MPC is super dope sequencer.
How often do you reinvent yourself? And if you do, are there any tips?
Yeah, daily. In some way or another. A reinvention does not necessarily have to be a total makeover at one time. It could be the slightest thing every day. You just chip away and do something differently than you did the day before. So my answer to that is daily. And the second part of that was, can you...
Oh, if you do, are there any tips for it?
Yeah, find ways that you can be more efficient in what you do. Or find ways areas that you want to improve in, and research them. And you'll often find not only better ways, but easier ways to do certain things that you're doing, and then just immediately apply them and test them out. And you can do that with a different thing every day. And next thing you know, you'll have a total makeover in no time. You didn't even realize it because it was painless and you barely realized it was happening.
Do you have a publisher, or do you submit for placements yourself? Appreciate the podcast.
Me personally, I don't have a publishing deal. I'm self-published.
I have a publishing deal, but I function, and I would advise anybody, if you're in a deal or not, you have to function like you're not in a deal.
That cannot be overstated right there.
I feel like that you have to.
Yes.
So yeah, even if I have somebody shopping out for placements, I'm still shopping out myself.
Yes.
Beats Grinding Life is back, and if y'all haven't, man, check out Young Oracle Beats Grinding Life podcast.
Yes.
Episode came out yesterday?
No, it came out Wednesday.
Wednesday?
Yep.
So episode came out Wednesday. It
was a fun interview, man. Great questions, great hosts, just great podcast.
Hey, so yeah, go check out Young Oracle, spitting them gems, man.
You know, I'm clumsy. I drop them when I can.
Any new topics? Any new things going
on? Yeah. Oh, something real quick I could throw out. I don't know how many people use iPads to make beats, but as you know, when it comes to making beats on an iPad, Beatmaker 2 was my favorite app. They've upgraded to Beatmaker 3. I haven't used it yet, but I've seen a lot of the new features, and they're on their way to becoming a full-fledged, I want to say a full-fledged DAW on the app, but it's not even like a DAW. It's for producers. You know what I mean? It's like a full-fledged production DAW on the iPad. So shout out to Intua and the guys that make Beatmaker and all those guys over there. They are doing an excellent job, and nobody's close to fucking with them. I think they really got it going on. So.
I game out loud. What is your best way to get your kick drum separated from your bass? I can't seem to get room in my mix.
EQ or sidechain, or EQ and sidechain.
There you
go.
Yeah. Does anything surprise you in the music industry or delight you?
Surprise me? Nowadays, no.
Yeah.
Delight me? Yeah, the fact that it's such a free time in music production and entrepreneurship and the internet and technology. You can do whatever you want. If you want to have a podcast, you can do it on IG streaming, with a phone, and you can make the type of beats that you want, and you don't need a label to sign you for you to get out there and for people to know who you are. You can do all that on your own. You can do it using a lot of free stuff. A lot of the resources today are free. You don't need a middleman. You don't need permission. You don't need anything. Every day I wake up excited about that. So that would be what delights me.
Ableton benefits versus Fruity Loops benefits. Can't really answer that. Well,
I don't know Fruity Loops.
Look, I ain't been on Fruity Loops for real, guys, since Fruity Loops 5 maybe was the last FO I was on.
Damn, what they on, like 12?
No, they on like 12. But I was on Fruity Loops 1 though.
Oh, okay.
I was like OG Fruity Loops. You know what I mean?
Got you.
Fruity Loops has a dope sound. I think it's very easy. I think the step sequencer makes it easy to program drums. And then I think Ableton is dope because the textures, I think you could do more with it, I think, in the long run than FL. And it's more, you can expand more on the Ableton than you can on FL. But they're
That
both
is
dope.
true.
They're dope. It's
Yeah.
really just up to you.
Yeah, and shout out to FL for not being like the cheap dog, my little brother's dog. Like FL's like legit top 3. You know what I mean? Like a super legit dog, and they keep getting better and better. So shout out to them.
Just Music and Larry says, Triz, you stay with that Chick-fil-A cup. Is that your stop before the show? Yes. So what I do is I get Arnold Palmer to mix with the Jameson, and then I get fries to soak up the Jameson, so I don't be feeling over here super drunk.
And the thing is,
These questions.
I don't even eat on Fridays before the show.
Oh man, man.
Yeah, it'd be bad. It'd be bad for me, man.
Eli Litney.
Right, I'm about to start hitting that Chick-fil-A.
Roland Sense or Korg Sense, like the Phantom versus Triton Extreme.
I don't have a preference. I'm not that invested in. I'm like, well, that sounds dope. That sounds dope.
If I had to pick, I would go Triton just because there's so many hits with the Triton. I mean, Phantom has some hits, but the Triton, fucking grinding, fucking every Neptune's record damn near.
You know what? You're right. There's a lot of hits with the Triton. I think the Phantom had a longer lifespan. Cause it's people today that I know that's still like, yeah, I got my Phantom. I break out my Phantom.
Right.
I don't know nobody that's still using the Triton.
Yeah.
But back when the Triton was the joint,
Oh boy.
especially when grinding came out, you know how many people went and bought a Triton?
Just because of that.
Oh my god! And used the same drums, sadly enough.
I would say a Motif ES, well, a Motif over both of them, but that's me personally. I love a Motif. I had to sell my Motif to move to Atlanta. So I was living in North Carolina, and that was the only thing I had that I could have enough money to move to Atlanta with. I almost cried, dog. I was hurt, dog. I ain't want to get rid of it.
Oh, you good now?
Oh, Gucci!
You good?
It was worth it, but at the time, I was hurt.
Yes, sir.
For beginners, is there a disadvantage using YouTube to post your music versus SoundCloud? Why not do both?
Exactly. Do both. And I find a theme occurring here with a lot of these questions. People think a lot of things have to be either or. They don't. Especially if you're a beginner. You don't know what's going to work best for you, and you don't know what you're going to like more unless you try everything that there is available to try. So I'd encourage you to step out of the this or that mind state and just the which is what's going to work best for me. Let me try it mind state.
What do you think about Reason?
Wait, come on.
I was going to let you answer because
Nope.
Okay, here's what I think about Reason. It looks like somebody kicked it in the fucking face. I fucking hate Reason, dog. It's ugly as shit, dog. They need to fucking update it. Why can't we use third-party plugins, dog? Why is that so hard? Every other plugin uses third-party plugins. What if I want to use my Wave shit on the motherfucking Reason shit, dog? What if I want to use Omnisphere? It makes no fucking sense. It's ugly. Okay, that's what I think. Hey, first of all, before I answer this guy's question, I want to say, is it Shice Love? Yeah, Shice Love Music. He's the guy who tagged, he went through the videos, man. He tagged the videos of the good content, man. Shout out to him, bro. He saved us, I don't know how much time, dog. So, hey, everybody spam my hearts for my bro in the chat, man. He definitely looked out for us. We got a bunch of Instagram clips coming out of stuff from the podcast, man. The tips. So, in case you might have missed something, man.
Yeah, he timestamped those dope moments, man. When Triz texted me and told me that, I was like, yo, God bless that man. That was so needed, and yo, thank you.
What up? My question for the both of you is, what's your biggest goals you ever set? Have you attained it and set a new goal, or are you still working towards it? By the way, I enjoy the show.
For me, my biggest goal I ever set, no, I have not obtained it. And to be quite frankly with you, I probably never will. I believe in setting goals that you can accomplish. Like, I want to die having these certain goals that I work towards, but I didn't accomplish because it's not even humanly possible to accomplish these in my lifetime. So that's my answer right there.
That's pretty same here. I try to make super big goals that it's possible, but it's going to be hard as fuck. Right. You know what I mean? That's my goal, is to do stuff like that. And so I've done a lot of great things, a lot of goals. It's crazy. Like, me and my brother was talking about it yesterday, that me and B Cox are friends. if y'all don't know, I looked up to Brian so hard growing up. You know what I mean? Brian was like my idol in high school. And I had pictures of this guy on my wall. And this is my friend. I actually, when we get off this podcast, I got to call him and talk some business with him.
Yep.
But all this stuff is crazy that people I looked up to, you know,
Yep.
they're my friends now. So that's a goal that is like, oh, that's cool, but it's not my biggest goal. It's like one of these, like, oh, that's a cool
You cross it
milestone.
off the list. It's a big goal, but yeah. Same with me and Tim. Same deal. Yeah. So I wanted to talk real quick. I know there are going to be more questions coming in, but I saw something today on Instagram. I think it was Diddy was talking about it. He was talking about locking in, and what that means to me. Like, there's certain people. Everybody wants to do something. Everybody wants to be great, but very few people have the discipline to lock in and really focus on what they want to do. Like, you're like, oh yeah, I want to do this, and you sit down and start doing it, but your homeboy like, yo, let's go to the such and such. You immediately you're like, yeah, cool, let's go. You're not locked into what you're doing. You don't really want to do it, and therefore, in my opinion, you don't deserve what you want. When you're ready to focus up, and just lock in and be 100% focused on what you want to do, that's when things start happening for you. But so many people are way too easily distracted by just the slightest phone. Your phone rings. You immediately wait. I DC.
My bad.
I will leave you alone.
My bad. I poured too much Jameson and not enough ginger ale, and it just, my face just threw Oracle off.
Yeah. But back to it, man. A lot of people are just so easily distracted, man. The phone rings, the text goes off, and they're like, yeah, whatever you said. Like, you didn't just swear on a stack of Bibles and on your mama that you was gonna be the dopest producer that ever lived, and all that. And then 20 minutes into it, you out the door because you going to the club. Man, listen, that is not the true mark of a great person. The true mark of a great person devotes their time 100% to whatever they want to do, and they already know that whatever the distractions are, and whether it's unless it's an emergency or something like that, nothing is going to deter them. I've been that person throughout most of my life. I wish my old roommate was in here. He was in here last week, but he'll tell you, man, 1 out of every 10 times they can get me to leave the house. Friday night, Saturday night, whatever night it was, they're like, yo, we going here, we going to the club, or we got something going on. What's happening? I gotta do these beats because I gotta be great.
Right.
That is what I said every time. It got to the point where one person would ask me to go out, and another person in the room would say, I gotta do these beats because I gotta be great. But I was locked in. And that's the thing, man. So, not to stand on the soapbox and give a whole sermon about it, but I just see a lot of people falling victim to distractions that aren't even really trying to distract you. It could be the slightest thing that had nothing, wasn't even trying to get you out of your zone and immediately like, ooh, a bird out the window, let me stand up and walk to the window. Nah, man. Lock in, focus on what you need to be focused on, and be great.
And I'll add to that. I feel like, okay, a lot of people think it's easy. They think like, oh, I want to be a producer. I just make beats and I'm going to send them out and it's going to work. It's not that easy. Grant Cardone talks about it. 10x rule. Mm-hmm. Things are going to be 10 times harder than what you think they are. Every time, dog.
Yes.
And shoot, that goes with anything. When I was releasing Subculture, I had so many issues, dog. I had planned this out. We had been talking about this for 2 weeks. And then all of a sudden I had all these issues. But again, it goes back to the 10x rule. Things are going to be 10 times harder than what you expect.
Yeah.
Especially, and so you got to understand that, and understand that every time you choose to watch fucking Game of Thrones over making a beat, you are getting behind because they're getting their placement is going to take 10 times longer than what you think, and then you already not giving all your time to that.
There you go. So
you got to be locked in, man.
There you go. Damn Game of Thrones and damn whatever you watching, you need to focus on what you got to do. That if you want to be great, man, you got to act like it. Otherwise, you don't deserve what you want.
That is very true.
Easy as that.
What do you recommend for music theory?
YouTube. More specifically than YouTube. You know who I'm gonna say too. Who does a lot of music theory? Busyworks Beats.
Young Busyworks.
Yeah, Young Busyworks Beats is a hardworking guy. He teaches a lot, especially FL Studio stuff. But when it comes to music theory, he teaches it, and a lot of people do, but he explains it and also shows it in a way that makes it very easy, but even if you're just a beginner. But YouTube in general, I suggest BusyWorks Beats specifically.
How did it feel going from job to sign with Tim?
I didn't go from job to sign with Tim. I went from job to sign with Rough Riders for a hot 2-3 months or 4 months to being broke and being broke-er and then being as broke as humanly possible for years. Then I came to Atlanta. Then I got with Polow. Then I got with Tim. And it felt amazing.
And I went from... I'm a producer that does not have an online presence yet, looking to get on SoundCloud. What do you guys recommend with putting beats and music out to the public?
Hold on, you on SoundCloud. Shout out, they got to see you on this one, bro. Yo, in case y'all don't know, Triz is SoundCloud Shouted.
True. That is my middle name. It's Triz La SoundCloud Shawty, my last name. What I would say is not just the SoundCloud, but what are you going to do to get the people to it? A lot of people think like, oh, I'm going to sign up for SoundCloud, whatever, and I'm going to sell beats. It doesn't work like that. Because once you sign up, how are you going to get the people there? So the biggest thing is about focusing on traffic. So if you're a producer and you're trying to sell beats and you're trying to get, how do you reach people who want your beats? So that would be the main focus, man, is doing research, knowing what you're getting into. Don't just put stuff on SoundCloud because people are putting stuff on SoundCloud. Why are you putting on there? Who's winning with putting stuff on SoundCloud? You need to know all these things. What are they doing that's winning, that's working? You know what I'm saying? All of these are, how do I maximize my tags so I get more in the searches? All this stuff is key information you need to know about why you're putting the stuff up. Before you do anything, I would want to know this information. For me, personally, that's how I work. I want to know what I'm getting into, why I'm doing this, who's winning in this field. And then take that information and then I borrow pieces from these people and I put it together and then I'm going to promote.
Whoa.
There you go.
Gems.
Holiday season.
Yeah. Golds, Planet Fitness, gems. That's all I got.
Sound Oracle, great point about finding your reason to go all in. For me, I thought, what am I best at? Then I realized it's easy. It was the easiest thing to realize. 25 years experience and degree in my field.
There you go. That's the thing. When it comes to doing stuff like that, you want to accentuate your positives, accentuate your strengths. There's certain things that you are undoubtedly great at. That's what you want to show people. You want to constantly make that your content. You know what I mean? And if you think about it in those terms, immediately a few things will become apparent to you about what you should really be showing people and how you should be doing things. So that's a great mindset.
Conjure music. I gotta not be scared to reach out to A&Rs and people in business that I want to break through, and at some point gotta figure out how to find those people too.
That's very true. The best way to do that is a rule. It's a mental rule called fuck it. It doesn't matter.
I heard about that.
Yeah, it works wonders. Listen, man, you got the right approach. You know, just make sure you're doing things properly, but reach out to whoever. Get used to the rejections. Not saying you seek rejection, but think about it like this. If you only try to do one thing in your life and you got rejected, your life will be over. If you tried 100 things every day and you heard no to 90 things a day, how much is a no really going to affect you? That fear will be gone. The more action you take and the faster you take it, the faster that fear will go away. And then you'll gain more ground because you'll be communicating with more people. You'll realize it's a numbers game. And you realize it takes maybe 10, 20 people to get the proper response that you want back. But if you're afraid to just talk to one person, you're never going to get to that 20 to get the right response from that one person. So, hey, man, fear, rejection, fuck it. They're people.
You're going to get told no. Me and Oracle was just talking about conversion rates, right? So, basically, for a certain amount of people, you're going to get some conversion. If you reach, and it varies depending on what your product, who you are, but say you reach 100 people, right? And one person out of that 100 buys something, right? That's your conversion rate.
1%.
The 1%. Same thing goes with music. Same thing goes with these A&Rs. It's many times you send stuff out, you want to get a bunch of no's, but all it takes is that one conversion to get a fucking sale. And that's really all you need. So the more no's you get to, essentially, the quicker you're getting to the yes.
Very true.
You know what I mean?
And the more yeses you get a different image. So a lot of those no's come back around to you.
Exactly.
And become yeses.
So you just got to start, man. That's really all it is. You just got to just start.
Yeah.
Take them no's. Now, we get told no all the time.
Man, what?
Then guess what we do? Keep fucking doing the same. Hey,
thank you. Hey, good day, sir.
Appreciate it.
I'm over here now.
Hey, keep it moving.
Yeah.
But what being independent and moving like that does is when something does pop off, they own you there.
Oh yeah.
Once you get that one, the whole game changes.
Yeah.
Dog, you can speak on it. When you get one placement, your phone
your
changes. It changes, bro.
That's what I was gonna say. Yo, you get one placement that day, really that week.
Oh, your phone live.
Telethon. Your pocket will not shut the hell up. Everybody call you. Everybody want to get up. Everybody. I mean, that's just how it works. But think about how many no's or how many disappointments led up to that. But once you get that yes, it's like lottery season.
I want to become a famous and shit but I like a tune for my singing. I want to become a famous and shit I don't know, bro. And you want to become your reasons for wanting to do music is wrong. You want to become famous. It's not a good reason to do music. Don't do that.
There's nothing. Nothing is really attached to fame. Fame is real, but it's not. It's not real because people use fame to determine a value of a person, or your fame is not real. The last reason you should do anything in life is to be famous.
You don't want those issues.
Fame is a byproduct of other things. Fame is not a goal. It shouldn't be, at least.
So yeah, my advice to you, Savage 1000 God, is to do a bunch of work and do a bunch of research.
Yeah, why do you want to be famous?
Yeah, you're doing stuff for the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
And
how do you get famous?
Yeah.
Is it from your music? Well, to become famous from doing your music, you got to work damn hard. Your music got to be better than most other people.
Okay, he's 14, so I'm gonna give him a little break.
A little tough love, son.
I'm gonna give you some tough love. I'm gonna give you some good advice, man. You 14, man. You a young man. I want to see you do well. So here's the thing, guys. Music for fame is not smart at all. Because here's the thing. I don't know if y'all seen this commercial where LeBron is like, we have enough NBA players. Because only like 800 and some people make it to the NBA. Out of millions of people in this world, only 800 and something make it to the NBA, right?
Right.
In this music shit, it's very much like that. To get to the very, very top, it takes a lot to fucking get there.
Right.
So you doing it for money and to be famous, you will never get there because something's going to get in your way of that. Guaranteed. I guarantee you, if you're just doing this to be famous, you're going to reach so many struggles to get there.
Yes.
It's never going to happen for you. And you're going to give up before you even get there. So if your motivation for doing this is money or fame, you're not going to do far. But if you actually love the music, I love music. If I didn't get paid for the shit, I would still be making beats.
Yes.
So that's why I always continue to fucking make beats. I'm always going to progress because no matter what, at the end of the day, I love this shit. You know what I mean? If it's no money or not. Right. If I had to go back to using fucking broke-ass Reason and fucking terrible sounds, I'm still gonna try to fuck around with it.
And make it dope, right?
It's still gonna. So you saying you want to be famous, dog? Scratch that shit out, man.
Let that go, man. Don't chase fame, man. Aspire for greatness. Don't chase fame. Don't do it. You young, but if you don't remember nothing else from what you heard today, remember that. Do not chase fame.
There you go. How do you feel about beat competitions?
I think they're good for the community. They're good for people to showcase their beats. The only thing I don't think they're good for is a lot of people base their self-worth off of how they perform in beat contests. And a lot of other people they go to a beat competition and then they think that whoever won or whatever, they have to make those types of beats to be successful. There are different types of beats. The beats that you make for a beat competition are usually not the beats that will get placed for songs or that an
Totally
artist would
different.
like. You know, it's the difference between a good solid NBA game and an and-one game. Beat competitions are alley-oops in between the legs and all that
Exactly.
stuff. You try that shit, you go to a label and all your beats is and change it with the tags on it. They're going to be like, yo, what are you doing?
Get out of here.
You know? So, you know what I mean? I think they're good for the culture and it's a way to bring people together, but don't put a lot of stock in them. I've been in two or three in my life. I've lost them all. I mean, like, I didn't even place. So, you know. But I didn't let that define me at all. I never thought once I lost, like, damn, I'm not good. I'm like, oh, this crowd just don't understand me, or this is for a song or whatever, you know?
How do you become rich from producing? We just went on a whole rant, so.
Yeah, we did. Wait, first of all, that question is wrong
so
as
terrible.
hell. How old are you, man?
Yeah, dog.
That is.
Yeah.
That question is wrong.
And shout out to whoever tried to sell beats to this little 14-year-old boy.
Stop.
Ace, you are a savage, bro. God,
leave that young man
let
alone.
the man cook, man. He said, DM me, I got beats, bro. Come on, dog. Savage.
I take that man's spring break money and everything.
My niggas is savage, ruthless. We got 30 rounds. Oh, man. That bit, hey, shout out to Dre Anderson, tonedin.io. That is definitely the web URL for the Lightgate.
Yo, thanks, bro.
Writing a business plan and writing an album, incredible. However, what's your advice on managing the both elements? They're two separate things. I think you just got to
write them.
Yeah, when you in business plan mode, you need to think of what is it that you're trying to get across, and then when you think about album, I mean, it's the same process actually. Okay, so I'm working on an EP, right? Original music on some DJ shit, right?
Dope.
First thing that I'm doing, instead of just making music, I'm figuring out what is my audience. What really am I trying to say with my EP, right?
Right.
Who is going to listen to it? This is what I'm figuring out now. What vibes do I like? What other people did EPs that are really good that I fuck with? All this before I'm creating anything. This is what I'm doing.
It's an analysis. You surveying the landscape. You learn the field before you play the game.
So when I go in to actually create this, I have a guideline. And it's going to change. Probably what I think initially and what it's going to end up being. It's going to be completely different. But at least I have somewhere to start and a plan. So that's what I say you do with your business plan. Same way.
Yep.
Most of your favorite rappers are famous as fuck. Famous and broke as fuck. Very true.
Yeah. Yeah, fame is not, like I said, fame is a byproduct. It's not really based, I don't want to say it's not based on anything, but you did something to be famous. That's really the thing here. Mm-hmm. Fame is it just comes with it. You know what I mean?
Have you ever seen DJ Khaled make a beat? What do you think about his campaign?
I've never seen DJ Khaled make a beat. I know he knows how to make beats, and he used to produce under the name... Damn, I forgot his production name. But anyway, his campaign is awesome. He's
marketing genius.
Marketing, yeah, yo.
Shout out to
marketing overload. He's doing his thing. He got it. Yo, his son.
No, his son has got more production credits than probably everybody in this room. Me included. Me and Oracle put together. His son is shitting on us.
His son is shitting on the second week.
And I'm like, you 6 months, bro. How you got a Beyonce placement?
Right. But see, that's the thing. That's legacy and setting your family up for wealth, which is what a lot of like millionaires, like the whole Rockefeller family, not Jay-Z Rockefeller, but the actual Rockefellers. Right. And all those people, you know, your heirs, you immediately, they become aware of what's going on and you tie them into things and they start receiving benefits and they, you know, and they just carry on the tradition. So he's doing it the right way.
Is it better for the 808 to follow the kick or the chords?
Wrong question. you got to feel that thing out. Guys, you got to realize a lot of these things are very subjective. What feels best? A lot of times, like your 8 may be, it may follow the kick, but chances are you're going to have extra kicks in there. You may have an 8 that don't have a kick part behind it. The reason why I don't want to answer that question by saying the kick or the chords is because you'll only do the kick or the chords. Well, that's not really the right way to do. It's like when I start painting, should I start with red or should I start with blue? Well, what are you painting? What's the end goal? You know what I mean? So it's not answering these questions, but you have to realize a lot of this stuff is mindset. The questions that you're asking are just not, they show that the concept of the landscape is wrong. So yeah, your 808 should follow the best path that you can put it on, if that makes sense. And a lot of these answers are abstract because you're dealing with music. Music is art. Art is abstract. There's no exact science to it. So when you do should I do this or this, when the answer could be both or neither, or what are you working on? Right. Just, I'm trying to change your mindset. That's what we're trying to do. Trying to change your mindset.
Because that's what I was going to say. Most of the time, mine's is both and neither. Because sometimes I'll follow the kick on certain aspects. I'm following the chords at the same time because I make sure my notes are within that value. My 808 is only going to hit on notes that's in that chord.
Right.
But then sometimes I'm using the 808s between the kick and the chord to accent. So it's no right or wrong. It's just what sounds good. Beats Maverick. People still don't understand the difference between a beat maker and a producer. Puff didn't make any beats, but he's a hip-hop great.
I was waiting for somebody to just say that exact same statement. Did homie ever respond?
Hold on. Let me scroll down and see if he responded. Someone who puts the song together and directs the record, of course, but I want to know what he's doing. Is he just getting these artists to make a great ultimate track, or is he a part of the beat making process? Now, okay,
I've heard him talk about this too.
But okay, my issue with this statement is what he's doing is producing. You know what I'm saying? Without a doubt, what DJ Khaled is doing is 100% producing.
Very much so.
Because if he's a part of the beat making process because he's directing the song. You know what I'm saying? The beat is one instrument out of a total of what has to be going on. So if he's directing the whole thing, he's a producer.
Yeah.
Puff is a producer. Puff don't play no instruments.
No.
Rico Love is a producer. Rico don't touch no laptops, dog. You know what I mean?
Producer, though.
He a producer, though. So when people say like, oh, he's gonna produce this album, don't take away from him like they're not producing. What Khaled is doing is producing. It's a talent in putting all those people together, finding out what verse goes first. It's an extreme talent on it, and he's very good at it because he has a bunch of number ones.
More so than making the beat. More so than making a beat. I would add to that too. I would ask him, is your definition of a producer someone that has to be involved in the beat making process? Because only in music, and only in this type of music, I find we get into this conversation. For instance, if you hear someone produce the movie, you wouldn't be like, oh, but I didn't see you in the movie. You weren't an actor in the movie. You'd be like, oh, he produced the movie. And in your mind, you'd be like, he hired the people and got the film company, put the actors together. And it's okay, but it's only when it comes to this music and this type of music that you're like, you're a producer. Well, you didn't make any beats. That's not a producer. That's a beat maker. Now a producer can be both, or a producer cannot touch a damn piece of equipment. Exactly. But the fact that you can put all these things together, make the play, make a number one hit, know the sequence of the songs, know who to get it to, all that, that is production. And I'll tell you who taught me that. Polow. Like, it's something I knew the entire time. Like, I knew the definition, and I've heard these conversations like we're having now, but it wasn't until I did a song with Polow one time, and there was something, I'll tell this, there was something going on with like credits or something like that, because I made the beat, and I'm like, I'm the producer of this beat. And he was willing to give me that. He wasn't happy about it, but he's like, I'll give you that. But then I went and I talked to somebody else, somebody that worked with him. And I got a gist of everything that went on to make that song possible. And I knew the true definition of a producer, but then it became so clear because I saw the parts. I saw these people coming in and out every day in my session to help me out. I didn't know who they were. Those are people he brought in to help me do what I was supposed to get done, and to assist me. I'm like, fuck. He orchestrated this entire thing. I made the beat, yes, but my man orchestrated that entire thing. And I went back to him. I apologized, and he still split it. You know, we still split it down the middle, 50-50. You know what I mean? But yeah, producer doesn't have to have anything to do with making the beat at all.